Hello, my friends, and welcome. Good morning, Culers. It is time to wake up and Barca. Smiles on our faces because we've got another win, another 4-goal thriller for the Blaugrana. In today's episode, we are going to do a full match review, including the good, the bad, and the Barca. And we'll be giving out the Mustache Man of the Match, I promise you. Today's segment of the good, the bad, and the Barca will be the most controversial to date. If you were here for the match, you might know what I'm talking about. We'll be giving out our awards. We'll be going over all the details. We'll be having a little bit of caffeine. We'll be catching up with each other. That's what we're going to be doing in today's episode. Of course, if this is your first time here, I'm going to invite you to subscribe to the channel. Join in on the conversation with coolies from around the world. As we have a little bit of caffeine, we catch up on the headlines. We'll review the 4-0 victory over Athletic Club, and we'll have a nice little positive start to our day. Before we get into any of that, let's go ahead and kick things off the right way, my friends.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are now tuning in to the undefeated Mustache John.
All right. Good morning again. Before we get over to the match review, we're going to go over all the stats, all the details. We're going to do the good, the bad, and the Barca. We've got a lot to talk about, but I do just want to run through and say my good mornings first. Hello to Ayush, the Stash Mod. Good morning, sir. My nephew from India, how we doing? You Stupid is with us. Good morning. Greg, hello. Andrese, good morning to you again. Mustache, hello. Who else we got in here? Alex is with us. Ovi, Prashanth. We got all my regulars in here today. How we doing, friends? Antonis, hello and welcome. Pedri has reached a new level. You're absolutely right. Xavi is saying in terms of skill and ability, he is the best in the world, and hard to argue against that. Kazi, hello and welcome. Real quick, before we get into the good, the bad, and the Barca, like I said, we have a controversial segment today. I do want to give a shout out to the top 10 chatters this week because I forgot to do it during the match. I know. Let me, do I need to jump over to, nope, hang on. Give me 1 second here. Give me 1 second to pull this up because like I said, I do want to have my top chatters. So if I copy this and I go over here and I turn that off, we're going to get away from amateur hour here in just 1 second. I promise, folks. Stay with me and it will make sense. There we go. Top chatters and boom. All right, there it is. Prashanth running away with things. 235 to the second place. My Stash Mod, Ayush with the 146. Kudis, the Stash Commander, running in at the number 3 spot. Heine, number 4. Harry rounding out the number 5. I'm gonna remember how to speak before today's episode is over. I promise. Anyway, Rishi, number 6. Dimitar, number 7. Coffee at Dawn, number 8. Matinho, number 9. And Brown's Gratification, staying in that top 10. Relatively new to the channel, but quickly becoming a regular. Love to see you on there. Fellow Ohioan as well. So good morning to the whole Stash Squad. A special thank you to the top 10. If you want to get in the top 10, all you got to do is participate in the conversation. Starts with subscribing to the channel, and then it continues on with showing up for Wake Up in Barca. We're here live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, covering the news. And then, of course, the live Barcelona matches. I do the commentary. You get to participate in the chat. If you didn't see my reaction video, or if you didn't see it live, we've got that on the channel for you afterwards. But we are going to turn over after I finish my good mornings. Flash is in here with us. Hello. Hollow the Reaper. Hello. Love some of the names that you guys come up with. Sem is in here with us. Afif. Hello, hello. Ayush, shout out to Boosie. Absolutely. My goodness. Oh, good. I like those. So one more shout out before we turn things over again. We'll do a full match review. Ayush has been working very hard on adding in some commands. So shout out to Ayush. I appreciate it. Give us some feedback on these. Do you like them? Do you love them? Are some of them not so good? So far from what I'm seeing, I think Ayush is doing an amazing job of adding in some fun commands for the Stash Squad here. So again, one more time before we get into things, subscribe to the channel, turn on those notifications, and we are going to do a full match review. Barcelona 4, Athletic Club 0. Finally we get a shutout. Am I right? A clean sheet. A well-deserved clean sheet. Are we going to click on the right thing here? There we go. Okay. All right. We're good. We're good. Relax. You calm down. Anyway, I want to first point out, folks, the tremendous February that Barcelona had. We were going through a gauntlet, La Liga and Europa League. And so let me turn over to Twitter here. There's this very clever, intelligent account called The Undefeated Mustache John. You guys should follow him on there. He's always tweeting out very clever, very intelligent, and at times funny content. Undefeated Mustache John on Twitter. You guys should check him out. Anyway, what he said last night was Barcelona had a make-or-break schedule in February, and they answered the call. 6 matches played, 4 wins, 2 draws, 0 losses, 3 matches in a row with 4 goals, an absolute amazing performance. And these are our results, folks. Started with a big win against Atletico. Draw against Espanyol. If you remember back, I believe that was the match that Gavi got sent off. A little bit of silliness put us behind the 8 ball there, so little slip up. Match against Napoli, they came in and had their tactics right. It's not that Xavi got it wrong, is that Napoli got it right. So they played us quite well there. Xavi turns things around, and then 3 matches in a row. Boom, boom, boom. 4 goals, 4 goals, 4 goals. And ending with the clean sheet. What a February for the Blaugrana. What a February for Xavi. We are seeing Xavi ball in full effect. If we were seeing this all year long, hate to say it, the what ifs, if Xavi had been with us for the entire season, sorry, Madristas, I think there's going to be somebody different in first place if we could rewind the clock and put Xavi in charge at the beginning of the season. Just saying. Looking forward to next year. Looking forward to next year. But we are not looking forward too far. We are actually going to take a look back on yesterday's match. Again, a 4-0 win for Barcelona over Athletic. Goals coming from Aubameyang, Dembele off the bench, Luke de Jong off the bench, Memphis Depay off the bench. Wow. What tactical masterclass, genius level from Xavi. 4 goals, 3 of them coming from substitutions. Let's go. Further on, 17 shots, 7 on target, only allowed 3 shots on target against us. Clean sheets, again, hard to come by. You gotta appreciate that defensive effort. 72% possession, 787 passes. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That's a lot. Guys, that's almost 800. 91% passing accuracy, 8 fouls, 2 yellow cards, 4 offsides, 5 corners. But the big number again, those 4 goals. Tremendous effort on both sides of the ball. The pressure was there from the start. High press. Athletic Club could not get out of their own half. All right, we are now going to jump over. Oh, that's right. We don't need to do that. Okay. Now that we got the review out of the way, the match overview, Now let's jump to the good, the bad, and the Barca. My friends, for those of you that are not familiar with this segment, the good and the bad are pretty obvious. We talk about what was good and what was bad about this match. The Barca can be a player. Sometimes it can be something abstract, but it has to be something very true to Barcelona's identity, to their DNA. And then the Mustache man of the match. Sometimes it's the same man of the match as what the broadcast gave out or what La Liga gives out. But sometimes it's a little bit of a curveball. All right? So here's what I'm going to tell you. I want to get this out of the way right now. I want to, before I give out the awards, we have to talk about Dembele. Of course we have to talk about Dembele. 1 goal, 2 assists in a 4-0 win coming off the bench. You would think that he would be a shoo-in for the Mustache man of the match. But I'm going to tell you right now, just to get this out of the way, that you will not be seeing Dembele on this list. He will not be recognized in the good, the bad, and the Barca in a positive way for this match. It is not a season-long ban, but for this match, he is not going to be recognized. Reason being, you do not get to come off of the bench when we already have the lead in a La Liga match that was well within our control, where we were not being threatened. You don't get to come into that situation, add to our lead, perform well, and then go, see, pay me money. I'm worth it. I'm worth the $200 million over the next 5 years. Give my agent a bunch of money too. I'm worth it now. No, dude. No. 9 matches played, 1 goal, 5 assists. Let me say that again for everyone who is about to get on the Dembele train. Pay him the money. We got to pay him whatever he wants. Blah, 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 blah. Pay Dembele. Whatever the hashtag pay Dembele, whatever you were about to start, whatever nonsense you were about to start. Let me just repeat those stats for you. 9 matches played, 1 goal, 5 assists. That's the stats for Dembele in the 21-22 season. Now, you go ahead and tell me why he's worth $200 million over the next 5 years. You go ahead. I'm waiting. That's right. He's not. Okay? And it's a match like this that just adds to his delusion. It's a match like this that makes him think, see, I'm Mbappe. I'm pretty much Mbappe. You should pay me like I'm Mbappe. Bro. Come on. So for those reasons, Dembele will not be formally recognized in today's good, the bad, and the Barca. I'm not saying he won't be recognized for the rest of the season, but I'm saying you don't get to come in when we're already up 1-0, add to it, and think that everything's okay. You don't get to do that, Dembele. I'm sorry. It's not hate. I'm just not celebrating because of the way that you have behaved in your contract negotiations. I'll leave it there because this should be a positive segment. We played outstanding football. First half was a little bit slow on the attacking side, but I think that was very intentional from Xavi. Think about this. First half, we saw early crosses. We saw crosses from deep positions. What does that do? It forces the opponent to start coming out and defend those crosses. What happens then? There's more space in between our opponents' defensive lines. So now they're easier to break down. Now someone like a Dembele can come on the pitch with his pace and his precision on the ball and create the opportunities that we saw. Kudos to Xavi for figuring out how to get the best out of Dembele. Kudos to Xavi for implementing Xavi football in such a short turnaround and getting the best out of pretty much every player. I'm just so impressed. There's a lot that could have been named in the good box. Shout outs to Abba, another goal, and really the match winner if you think about it. It was the first goal. We could have just kept that game 1-0 if we needed to. Wouldn't have been as fun, wouldn't have been as exciting. Let's acknowledge that. So could have been Abba. Clean sheet. I almost gave it to Ter Stegen because he's been getting a lot of heat lately, so a clean sheet. But when you really look at the match, he wasn't asked to do a lot. So I think what was good about this match was the fact that we got to recognize the true influence that Frankie de Jong is having on this Blaugrana team. At first, I wasn't really happy about him getting a rest, but at the end of the match, what we saw was Frankie de Jong is needed. Frankie de Jong is in our starting 11. I know we have a lot to work out still. Gavi and Nico, they're a year or so away. By the time Boussy's ready to step down, Gavi and Nico will be fully ready to step up. But Pedri and Frankie, come on. You can't have them on the bench unless it's to rest. Frankie comes on, gets an assist to Dembele, and if you look at that pass, show me another midfielder outside of Busquets, maybe a Kevin De Bruyne, maybe one or two others that can make the pass that Frankie de Jong made. And he's playing box to box, sideline to sideline. So good, not just for his performance, but for the fact that he was able to come off the bench, change the game, influence in a way that's going to get him recognized by the Barcelona fan base. So it is good for Frankie de Jong to finally get some recognition from the Culers. Now, what was bad about the match? I'm not going to harp on this a lot, but Ferran Torres, not a good performance. It wasn't even big misses this time. The last time that he was in the bad box, it's because he had 5 big misses against Napoli in that first match. But this time, it's a lack of creativity. It's a lack of spark. I think he needs a rest, to be honest. He's been playing, I think he started every match since he came in for Barcelona. Could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, of course. He's been getting a lot of playing time, and there's a lot of pressure on him right now. Memphis Depay coming back is going to be huge. I think that's going to mean that Torres will get a rest. We don't have another match until next weekend, so we'll see what happens. But again, without really harping on it, and just because nothing else went wrong in this match, Ferran Torres gets the bad box, but with a lot of optimism and a lot of love. Okay, this is a little bit of tough love for Ferran Torres. He's not going anywhere. He's not a flop. None of those things. He's got a very bright future, but a bad performance is a bad performance. So you got to get in the box. Moving on then to what was Barca about this match. Now again, usually it's a player. Sometimes it's a concept. It's something abstract. This time it is a player. Again, could go to Bousy. Shout out to Bousy. First half, one of his best performances in terms of one-touch passing. He was putting himself in positions to ping the ball sideline to sideline, splitting defensive lines. Truly a masterclass from Busquets, like I said, particularly in that first half. You could also go abstract and say that the Barca box goes to Barcelona scoring late goals when we already had the lead. I mentioned this during the live stream, but it's worth saying again. If you go back and watch matches from the 08-09 season, one of the most notable characteristics of that Pep Guardiola team was that when we were up 1-0, 2-0, late in the match, in those last 15 minutes, it wasn't that we were going to sit back and absorb pressure and eventually drop points like we saw under certain managers before Xavi. What we're seeing in this Xavi era is what we saw in the 08-09 season. Press forward, more creativity, more attack in that final third so that we're the ones pressing. We're the ones scoring goals. We're putting in a second, a third, a fourth goal in those last 15 minutes instead of getting pressed on. So I am loving what we're seeing from Xavi. Could have gone the Barca box with that concept, but because he missed out in the last match, I got to give it to him in this one. Serginho Dest for his defensive effort, this time at left back. Jordi Alba suspended for this one, yellow card accumulation. Serginho Dest, who has had a tremendous run of form at right back, has had heaps of praise from Xavi and others, is now asked, hey, can you go do that on the left back side? Because Jordi Alba's out, Balde's injured, we don't have another left back option. Dani Alves returns from his suspension. He had a pretty good game on that right-hand side, but Serginho Dest, 3-4 times, shutting down counterattacks, shutting down balls in behind, and adding in some options on the attacking side. When you see him play on the right wing, he can cut inside, he can get crosses in, because he can play with his weak foot. It's almost as good as his strong foot. What you saw him do on that left-hand side was play a mirrored strategy to what Jordi Alba does in terms of staying high, hugging that left sideline and getting those crosses in. So that was one of the indicators. He and another player we'll talk about in a second both played roles that are a little bit different than what they are typically asked to do, but they stepped up, they did it well. So Serginho Dest, for the performance, not just in this match, but over the last few matches, and his ability to do it on both sides of the pitch, gets the Barca box, the young American Serginho Dest. Now that brings us to the Mustache Man of the Match. Since you already know Dembele is not eligible for the Mustache Man of the Match, and again, tremendous performance from Dembele. A goal, 2 assists off the bench. That's what we want. That's what we expect. But we were already up 1-0 against a beaten Athletic side who were resting a lot of their players for the Copa del Rey match they have upcoming. Just saying. So the Mustache Man of the Match, no goals, no assists, but bossed the midfield for 90 minutes. It's the young Pedri with the Mustache Man of the Match. And we might go and watch one of the clips. His backheel nutmeg on the sideline, his La Croqueta in the build-up leading to, whose goal was it? Leading to Luke de Goat's goal. Pedri, my goodness. Like I mentioned earlier, Xavi saying in terms of skill and talent, best in the world. I can't disagree. He's showing us that he is well worth the 5 million euros that we spent for him. That's all we paid for Pedri. Are you kidding me? The 5 million euro man, Pedri, Mustache Man of the Match. And again, tremendous performance from the Blaugrana. A third match in a row with 4 goals, 0 losses in 10 matches, 4 wins. Wait, what was it? Yeah, no losses in 10 matches. In the last 6, 4 wins, 2 draws, a tremendous February. And there it is, folks. You're good, you're bad, and the Barca. I'll turn to the chat. I'll get some thoughts. If you're watching this on replay, let me know down in the comments what you think. I want to know your good, bad Barca Mustache Man of the Match. All right, chat. What do we think? How'd I do? Let me know. Excuse me. Let me get caught up. Chat is going wild. I appreciate everybody's opinions here. I'll get caught up on some of this, but definitely not all of it. I gotta catch up on some of Ayush's commands too. It's too funny. All right, you stupid said talking about Coleman. We'll get to that later. Greg asks, what is Dest's best position, left back or right back? And some of it depends on strategy too. If he can play left back with the freedom to cut inside onto his right foot, that might be his best position. We might be looking for a right back in the future, and we have our left back replacement already. That's a possibility. Coffee at dawn. Good morning, sir. Kyle Cash, what's up, brother? If Kudus, if you were trying to do weak side, strong side, yes, it is strong side, left side is the quote from Remember the Titans. What a movie, too. What a movie. I've been getting into so many 90s sports movies. I just watched Rookie of the Year, Little Giants not too long ago. I'm going to be watching Angels in the Outfield either tonight or tomorrow. Love those 90s sports movies. 90s sports movies are just incredible. I'm seeing the emojis that Ayush has set up. I'm loving it. So is the Stash Squad. Everybody give a little shout out to Ayush. Everybody show him some hearts, some blue and red hearts for Ayush and his creativity and support on this channel. Love you, buddy. That's so funny. Anyway, Coffee says we can't ask questions from now on. Definitely going to miss the question. What do you mean the question? Like of me? Are you talking about for this? I'm going to do my best. Listen, as the channel grows, it will be harder and harder to keep up on the chat, but that just means we'll add in more things. You know what I mean? Maybe we have to add in once a week. It's just conversation. I show up and we're not doing news and highlights and this and that. It's just conversation. We'll keep adding stuff in. I want to keep this community tight. I want to keep this community growing. And so it's going to be a little bit of a hard balance, but we'll figure it out. We will figure it out together, my friends. That's my promise. What else we got? You Stupid says left back is Dest's best position. Very, very well could be. Dimitar, good morning to you. I see you there. Where's my Mighty Ducks views? Dude, I watched all 3 over quarantine easy. That was on the short list. Knocked those out real quick. Absolutely. Coffee giving Ayush some love for the commands. Love to see it. Thoughts on... oh, dude, Felipe, yes, the movie The Program. If you haven't seen the movie The Program, it's one of those movies it's so bad, it's amazing. It's about a college football program, American football, that ends up getting, like, one guy gets into steroids, one guy has a love story, one guy, like, injures his knee or some crap. The classics. But the movie's called The Program. Shout out to one of my oldest friends, Flynn. He and I used to watch that, get ourselves all raged up. It's a really funny movie. Anyway, I digress, folks. Oh, my goodness. Too funny. So, good, the bad, and the Barca. I think there was a couple things I wanted to point out on the Twitter. Well, it's just this. I don't want to keep harping on it, but this is why. When I saw this, I was about to get on the Dembele train too. I was about to say, okay, you know, this is why we want him and yada 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 and blah 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 blah. But then I remembered, oh, that's his first goal of the season. Injury, you know, bad performances here and there. It's not how you earn that contract. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't even want to get into it anymore. I'm just over it. Let's see if there's anything else that I liked on the Twitter. Loved this from Memphis to Pi. Loved the celebration. Loved the follow-up message. A little peace on earth is what we're looking for, folks. What else did we see here? This is worth pointing out. For those of you that are saying Gerard Piqué is done, Gerard Piqué is yet to be dribbled past in La Liga since Xavi's arrival. Are you kidding me? Let that one sink in, folks. Nobody has dribbled past Piqué since Xavi arrived. Just let that sink in for anyone who thinks that he's done. What else we got? Little Pablo, of course, tweeting about Chelsea. I love Pablo. One of our good friends here on the channel. 3 consecutive... Oh, that's another one I wanted to point out. Barcelona have won 3 consecutive matches for the first time this season. We are trending so positively. I'm so excited for this team. I'm so excited for the rest of the season, for the summer. I mean, guys, I know we're going to go nuts on summer transfer rumors, but we don't need huge big name signings. We need a center back. We need a defensive mid. We need a young number 9. That's conversation for another day. All right. That's. I don't want to go too deep into that, but I'm just planting the seed that we might have more than what we think we have at Barcelona. Just saying. Anyway, let me get caught up on the chat one more time. Man, Flash Mankind says there's no other place to be on Monday morning after that Sunday victory than here with John. Thank you, Flash. I appreciate that. Puts a smile on my face. People are loving these commands. Georgie, a little bit late, but better late than never. Good to see you, friend. Sergio Perez, hello. Appreciate the support. Kyle Cash giving the Stash Squad. Oh, that'll be on the soundboard. That'll be short on the soundboard. We'll do like some sort of call for the Stash Squad, like some sort of trumpets or horns or something like that. Mohammed asked, do you think we will go through next year's Champions League? Absolutely. We're going to get into Champions League, 1, by winning Europa League, 2, by being, I think, 2nd by the end of the season in La Liga. Currently sitting 4th, but I think we're going to be 2nd by the end of the year. And then next year's Champions League could be ours. So we're definitely going to get out of the group. I'll say that. I have no doubt in my mind we're going to get out of the group. If you look at the standings right now, we are in 4th, but we got a match in hand. We win that match against Rayo. We are in 3rd. We get to play Betis. We get to play Sevilla. We get to play Madrid. I'm not saying we're going to catch Madrid, but I think we can catch Sevilla. Again, we win that match in hand, and we're on 48 points, and that's only 6 back. So if we end this season 2nd in La Liga, Europa League champions, call it a win. Call it a win, because if you look back at how dark of days we had, you got to call that a win. My goodness. You stupid, good point about depth. And that's one of the things that I was saying about our midfield during yesterday's stream. A lot of people like to argue about who out of Gavi, Pedri, De Jong, Busquets, Ricky Puig, Nico, who's going to start and who do we sell? And it's like, whoa. We need all of them. We need all those players. Ricky Puig will probably go out on loan. Sergio Busquets, I hope he sticks around for next year. I didn't think I'd be saying this, but I hope he sticks around for at least one more year, but isn't the consistent starter. I hope he plays more in that Iniesta role in his last year or so. He's a rotational player, but he's there to support the club, there when you need him, particularly in big matches. That's for next year. I digress. We don't need to be selling off any of these midfielders just yet. People are like, oh, Gavi, Pedri, Nico, that's our future. Sell Frankie de Jong. Get real. Depth. We need that depth. When you get late into the spring, when you're having a successful season, you've got domestic league, you got domestic cup, you've got European cup, you've got international breaks, you got injury. Come on. You got to have a deep squad, folks. Y'all know this. I see in the chat folks mentioning Haaland already. We're going to do plenty of episodes where we talk about Haaland. I'm just saying if we don't get Haaland, it's not the end of Barcelona. It's not the end of our progress. We're not counted out. Just saying. Is Christensen left-footed? I'm not sure about that. Someone else check that out. I'm not exactly sure. Anyway, folks, that is where we're going to wrap up today. All right. I really appreciate everyone coming and hanging out, starting your Monday morning with the Stash Squad here on the Undefeated channel. Before we hop off, Kyle just asked for an update on Ansu. He maybe make it back for the last 2-3 matches. But he was looking at, I think it was 8 weeks out from the time he was injured. Something like that. All right. So that is where we are gonna wrap up, folks. We talked about the good, the bad, and the Barca in our full match review. Barcelona 4, Athletic Club 0. We went over why Dembele was not eligible for the awards in this match. Again, it's not a full season-long ban. We'll see what happens down the road here, but it's still too soon. Okay, one performance does not dig you out of the hole that you put yourself in, Dembele. We'll leave it on that. Okay, back to positivity. I want everyone to have a wonderful week. Shout out to the Stash Squad. Ayush, thank you so much for the commands. Thank you for keeping everybody in line. Kyle Cash, Kudis, Coffee at Dawn, Greg, Dimitar, Ovi, You Stupid. Who else we got? Afif. I know I'm missing some. Prashanth, my top chatter for this week. Shout out to everyone in this Stash Squad. If I missed you, I apologize. I'll catch you next time. Have a wonderful day, everyone. And I will see you next time right here on the Undefeated channel. Thanks for tuning in and taking a ride. Mwah.